Well, I'm back, and this was a 2010 release also, and this was also a companion disc, and it's the blues disc. Great album. It's a great album too, and it tells you about how Hendrix was really influenced with the blues and stuff, and a lot of people that after he had died, a lot of people talk on about it and stuff, and so this is dedicated to that. Good CD to have. Live at the BBC. This is not the companion disc one that came out with the 2010 releases. This is just the single disc, but it's still good. It's still awesome. Sorry for the glare. It's still good. It's all good. It's still good. Jimi and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Jimi Hendrix. This is with him recording with Buddy Miles. This is him recording with Buddy Miles and Billy Cox. And I like playing this every Christmas because it has a little drummer boy on it. Great album. Cry of Love. We all know that actually there was two releases to this, but I just mixed them jumbled up. Rainbow Bridge was released too the same time this was released, when this was released in 2014. This was released in 2014, and Rainbow Bridge was released with this. We all know that this was like the next album that came out with Jimi Hendrix, as far as in after his death and stuff. This came out right afterwards. They didn't put out First Rays and New Rising Sun. This was supposed to have been something like that, because the track listing has some of the tracks on First Rays from New Rising Sun. So awesome album though, still all the same. Miami Pop. This was released in 2013, and this came out with the video Hear My Train A Comin', because Hear My Train A Comin' has this concert in the DVD, and they put out this at the same time. It has other concerts on there too, like the Finn Marn, I believe Randall Allen's on that DVD too. So good thing to get, but they released them at the same time. Good album. People, Hells, and Angels. This was released before Both Sides of the Sky, I want to say. Yeah, 2013. No, yeah, this is before Both Sides of the Sky, because Both Sides of the Sky is his last studio album as far as in his posthumous releases. This is good. It's a good listen. Live at Berkeley. Another great one. This is I believe this is the second show. Yeah, this is the second show, and it's released in 2012. I have a box set of the Berkeley concerts, and it's bootleg, and it sounds excellent. So I was really surprised too. But it's a Michael Jeffrey release too. So all the Michael Jeffrey box sets, go ahead and get, because you don't never know how long they're going to be in print, or they may stop printing them or whatnot, so it's best to get those Michael Jeffrey releases and box sets and stuff. I have a whole bunch of great CD though. Berkeley. Live at the Elephant Marn. Great CD. This is off the Dagger release through Experience Hendrix. This is probably one of my, I listen to this a lot, even though the sound quality is not all that good on it. Still, the packaging on it is good. I have to show this. The packaging on it is good. I like that little matte finish. And, I guess this, when you take the CD out, it shows the contract. It shows the contract, that the agreement that he had made with them. The booklet has a lot of information in it. There's him in the grass at Alabama. Him, Billy, and Mitch. A little essay to tell you all about the concert and what happened and how they started shooting and stuff. There's nice pictures of him, on stage, because he played at first and it was just rain and it was downpour too bad. And he said, he just couldn't get it together, so he stopped playing, and he came back out the next day and played to him. I believe this is the next day when he had played. But still, this CD right here is like probably one of my favorite bootlegs, because he plays, I want to say it's Voodoo Child, and he goes into just this instrumental. Yeah, I want to say it's Voodoo Child. Could be Red House too. I could be wrong. I have to listen to it again. But either one of those songs, he just goes into this transitional state when he's just really just playing, and there's just, he gets lost in what he's doing as far as, and I bet you when he's playing like that, the crowd's not even there. It's just him. So I like it when he gets into the long instrumentals, and it's just almost like he's doing some type of symphony. So great CD to get. Monterey, we all know and love. We all know that Alan Douglas put out the little cheesy front cover version, but it's it was something back in the 80s that we got that we didn't even hear. I remember when it first came out, Monterey, and back in the 80s you could go to, like, back where I'm from, there's a cinema called Vogue Vogue Theater, and you could see Led Zeppelin, Song Remains the Same, late night shows, late night, like 12 o'clock, midnight, they would show Monterey, Jimi Hendrix at Monterey, and Song Remains the Same and stuff, but this is the first time that Experience Hendrix, they came out with a better, more information, more, better packaging of the concert than Alan Douglas did. So, Rainbow Bridge, early show and late show. It's the only place you're going to be able to really get it, unless you, because they haven't even put out, except for the video, and that's not official. The DVD of it, which I have. Still, sound quality's not that good, but still, you're listening to Hendrix. Blue Wild Angel. Awesome. Two disc set. That Rainbow Bridge was released back in, I want to say, I didn't have that. I want to say this came out in 2002, I believe, the Rainbow Bridge one. And because, it's not off Experience Hendrix. This is Experience Hendrix. Great CD. I have the video too. Roy Albert Hall. 2-disc set. This is a bootleg, not Experience Hendrix. This came out in 2001. Slipcase over it. 2-disc set. This is the remaster of Vantage Gypsies. This has the booklet in it because they put out ones before this, but this Experience Hendrix took it over and re-released it, and this is 1997. Releases. I want to say this is 1997. Yeah, 1997. And this is like a remaster of this. This is an early release. This is Voodoo Soup. It's him with the there. This is him with the Harlem concert. The back cover of it is, but this is released in 1995. Just a lot of his other cuts, like Stone Free, Angel, Belly Button Window, Stepping Stone, New Rising Sun. This is somewhat like the first rays of New Rising Sun, but it's different mixes. Freedom, Atlanta Pop Festival concert, 2-disc set, must have. It came out with a DVD, which was called Electric Church Music. Great concert. And that came out and was released in 2015. This is the last posthumous release studio album that Experience Hendrix made. There's no more. Unless they're going to start putting out live concerts. There's no more. I'll be surprised if they dig another one up. If it's, But this is it. This is the last posthumous release that they would put out. And that came out this year, 2018. Machine Gun. This is one of the first or maybe second show. I want to say it's the first show, because the 1997 release of Band of Gypsies, I believe that's the second show where he played Machine Gun, really, to what we know as Machine Gun. This is one of the early shows, that Experience Hendrix had put out. This came out 2016, and it's a good CD. Sound quality is good because we don't have that much of Band of Gypsies besides the Band of Gypsies original release that came out when he was live. We don't have the good sound quality stuff. So, when they remix that stuff, I'm all for it. Because we're so used to listening to it on bootleg. Sorry, I keep on bending down because I didn't keep on getting these CDs. This came out the same day Cry Love was released, the Rainbow Bridge CD, and 2014, I believe. Both this and Cry Love came out at the same time. This is a bootleg that I got in one of the DVDs. It's like a free sample. It has a lot of the stuff that I already have on my probably box sets and stuff. These are start getting into my box sets on my next video, but these are cassettes. This is the Lifeline cassette, and this is the Stages. These came out in the 80s. Alan Douglas put this out in the 80s. I don't know if he released this or not. I have to look look and be sure. But Alan Douglas put the Stages out, but I have it on cassette. Need to get it on CD. So that's part 2 of that. I'll be back with part 3 of my box sets.